Have you ever dreamed of waking up without stress? No worry about bills, no pressure to go to a job you hate, and no fear of emergencies. Just imagine having the freedom to live life on your own terms. You could travel the world, take care of your family, help others, or even start your dream business. That dream is not only for the rich or the lucky. It's possible for you too. And it all begins with learning the rules of financial freedom. Many people work hard every day, but they still struggle with money. Why? Because working hard is not enough. You need to work smart. You need a plan. You need discipline. Most of all, you need the right mindset. In this video, we will explore 7 powerful rules that can help you break free from financial stress and live with peace, purpose, and freedom. These rules are simple to understand, even if you're just starting your English journey. So, listen carefully and let these words open the door to a new life. Let's begin with rule number 1. Rule 1. Spend less than you earn. This sounds so simple, but it's the most important rule of all. If you spend more money than you make, you will always be in trouble. You can earn $1 million, but if you spend $2 million, you'll be broke. On the other hand, if you earn just a little but spend even less, you will slowly build wealth. Let's think about this through a short example. Imagine a man named Daniel. Daniel works at a small store and earns $1,000 a month. He lives with his parents and doesn't have many expenses. Instead of spending all his money on expensive clothes, fast food, and entertainment, he decides to live simply. He saves $200 every month. That's $2,400 every year. In 5 years, he has saved $12,000. Now his friend Mike earns $2,000 a month but spends $2,500 because he loves new gadgets, goes to parties every weekend, and never saves. After 5 years, Mike is in debt and stressed. Daniel, who earned less, now has money saved and peace of mind. Why? Because he followed rule number 1. Spend less than you earn. To follow this rule, you need to be honest with yourself. Write down your income and your expenses. Where is your money going? Can you cut anything unnecessary? Maybe you don't need 5 streaming services. Maybe you can cook at home instead of eating out. Maybe you can walk instead of using a taxi. These small choices make a big difference over time. Financial freedom begins with self-control. When you say no to short-term pleasure, you say yes to long-term success. It may feel difficult at first, but the reward is freedom. When you live below your means, you create space. Space for savings, space for investment, space for opportunity. So remember, rule number 1 is your foundation. Like the base of a strong building, it supports everything else. If this rule is broken, the whole structure can fall. But if this rule is strong, you can build a beautiful life on top of it. Spend less. Save more. Start small, but be consistent. This is the first step to breaking the chains of financial stress and walking toward a future where money serves you, instead of you serving money. Rule 2. Save before you spend. Most people do the opposite. They get their paycheck, spend it all on what they want or think they need, and then save whatever is left, if anything is left at all. But truly successful people, the ones who achieve financial freedom, follow a different rule. They save first and spend what remains. Let's meet Sarah. She works as a teacher in a small town. Every month, she receives her salary. At first, Sarah used to do what most people do: buy groceries, pay her bills, and then spend the rest on clothes, snacks, and fun. At the end of the month, her bank account was almost empty, and she felt nervous every time an unexpected expense came up. One day, her older sister, who had become quite successful, gave her simple advice. Always pay yourself first. Sarah was confused. "What do you mean?" she asked. Her sister explained, "Before you pay for anything else, put a fixed amount into your savings. Do this every month, no matter what." Sarah decided to try it. The next month, she saved 10% of her income before doing anything else. It wasn't easy. She had to cut back on small pleasures. She had to learn to say no to impulse buys. But soon, something amazing started to happen. Her savings began to grow. She felt more confident. She felt more in control. Why is this so powerful? Because when you save first, you treat saving like a priority, not an afterthought. You tell yourself, "My future is more important than my momentary desires." It trains your mind to focus on long-term goals, not just short-term pleasures. It also builds discipline. Every month that you save, you are practicing self-respect. You are proving to yourself that you can manage money wisely. And this habit becomes stronger with time. You might think, "I don't earn enough to save." But that's not true. Saving is not about how much you earn. It's about how you think. Even if you can only save a small amount, say $5 or $10, do it. The amount is less important than the habit. Once the habit is strong, the savings will grow. Let's look at an example. If you save $50 every month, that's $600 a year. In 10 years, that's $6,000. And if you keep increasing your savings as your income grows, this number multiplies. But it only starts if you build the habit now. To make this easier, automate your savings. Set up your bank to automatically move money to your savings account as soon as you get paid. That way, you don't even have to think about it. You remove temptation. You make saving automatic. Another trick is to treat your savings like a bill. Just like you must pay rent or electricity, make your savings non-negotiable. It is a bill you owe to your future self. So, what's the result? Financial confidence, emergency protection, investment opportunities, and eventually, freedom. Rule number 2 is about putting your future first. It's about preparing for the life you want, not just reacting to the life you have. When you save before you spend, you flip the script. You stop living paycheck to paycheck. You stop being afraid of the future, and you start building a life of strength, security, and success. So, make a decision today. No matter how much you earn, save something first. Build the habit. Stay consistent. Your future self will thank you. Rule 3. Avoid bad debt and use good debt wisely. Debt can either be a powerful tool or a dangerous trap. Most people fall into the trap because they don't understand the difference between bad debt and good debt. If you want financial freedom, you must learn this difference early. Let's imagine a man named Kevin. Kevin loved buying new things: phones, shoes, clothes, and expensive furniture. But he didn't have enough money, so he used his credit card. At first it felt good. He got what he wanted, quickly and easily. But every month the bills came in. High interest charges kept increasing the amount he owed. Before long, Kevin owed thousands of dollars, and he couldn't pay it back. He felt stressed, trapped, and ashamed. Now let's meet Rachel. Rachel also used a credit card, but she was very careful. She only used it for emergencies or important expenses she had already planned. She paid the full balance every month, so she never paid interest. One day, Rachel got a loan to take a short course that improved her skills. That course helped her get a better job. Her debt helped her grow. That's the key difference. Bad debt takes money from your future. Good debt helps build your future. So, what is bad debt? Bad debt is money you borrow to buy things that do not grow in value. For example, expensive clothes you don't need, latest gadgets or cars you can't afford, vacations paid with a credit card, shopping just to feel better. These things lose value fast. You enjoy them for a moment, but you pay for them for a long time. The interest adds up. You fall behind, and the stress builds. Good debt, on the other hand, is money you borrow to invest in your future. For example, a student loan for education that increases your income, a business loan that helps you create something valuable, a home loan for property that increases in value over time. But even with good debt, you must be careful. Ask yourself, can I afford the monthly payments? Will this help me grow financially? Is this a need or just a want? One simple rule to follow is, if it does not make you money or improve your life in a lasting way, don't borrow for it. Let's go back to Kevin. His debt made his life worse. He felt rich in the beginning, but he became poor over time. Rachel, on the other hand, used debt as a tool. She planned carefully, stayed disciplined, and used credit only when necessary. Over time, she became financially stronger. So, what can you do if you already have bad debt? Don't panic. Start small. First, stop adding new debt. Cut up unnecessary credit cards if you have to. Then, make a list of what you owe. Pay off the smallest debts first to build momentum. This is called the snowball method. Every small win gives you confidence. Avoid payday loans and quick cash traps. These have high interest rates and are designed to keep you in debt. Remember, debt companies make money when you stay stuck, but you can break free. Also, don't borrow just because others are doing it. Don't feel pressure to keep up with friends or neighbors. Many people look rich but are drowning in debt. Real wealth is quiet. Debt is loud. Choose peace over pride. Financial freedom means you control your money, not the other way around. So be smart with debt. Use it as a ladder, not a chain. If it helps you rise, it's useful. If it holds you down, walk away. To summarize, avoid bad debt. Be cautious with good debt. If you borrow, do it with a plan, and always ask, is this helping me grow? Freedom starts with smart choices. Make those choices today. Rule 4. Build multiple streams of income. Most people rely on only one source of income, a job. But what happens if that job ends? What if the company closes or you get sick? If all your money comes from one place, you're always one step away from a financial crisis. That's why successful people follow rule number 4. Build multiple streams of income. Let's meet Jason. Jason was a hard-working man. He worked at a factory for 10 years. He was loyal, honest, and always on time. He depended completely on his monthly salary. One day, without warning, the company shut down. Jason lost his job. Suddenly, he had no money, no plan, and no idea what to do. He felt scared and helpless. Now let's look at Emma. Emma also had a job, but she thought differently. She asked herself, what if I lose my job one day? What will I do? So she started looking for ways to earn more money on the side. She began teaching online part-time. She started a small blog that earned a little from ads. She even sold handmade jewelry on weekends. At first, each of these activities made only a small amount, but over time, they grew. When the company she worked for reduced staff, Emma didn't panic. She already had other income streams. She was safe. She was free. The truth is, your job is just one stream. To become financially free, you must create other ways to earn. These are called multiple streams of income. Some can be active, you work for the money, and some can be passive, the money works for you. Here are some examples of income streams. Your main job. This is where most people start. Freelance or part-time work. Use your skills online or in your local community. Selling products, physical or digital, online or offline. Rental income. Rent out a room, car, or equipment. Investments, stocks, mutual funds, or property that earn money over time. Content creation. Blogging, YouTube, or social media. Yes, this takes time, but it can grow. Online teaching or coaching. Share what you know with others. You don't need to start all of these at once. Choose one, start small, and stay consistent. If you like writing, start a blog. If you enjoy crafts, sell your work online. If you know how to fix things, offer services in your neighborhood. At first, the money might be small, but don't worry. It's not about getting rich overnight. It's about building financial safety. Every small stream adds to your income river. Over time, these streams can become strong enough to support you completely. Let's take an example. If you earn $1,000 from your job and $200 from teaching online and $100 from selling products, that's already $1,300. If one stream disappears, you still have the others. This also gives you confidence. You don't feel trapped. You don't have to accept unfair treatment at work just to survive. You have choices. And with choices comes power. Many people think, I don't have time. But that's often not true. We all have 24 hours. If you spend 1 hour less on social media or watching TV, you can use that time to build something for your future. 1 hour a day becomes 30 hours a month. That's enough to create something meaningful. The best time to build extra income is before you need it. Don't wait for a crisis. Start now, even if it's small. As your skills grow, so will your income. Remember, financial freedom isn't about having millions of dollars. It's about having enough and not depending on just one source. Multiple streams of income give you security, peace of mind, and the ability to live life on your own terms. So ask yourself today, what skills do I have? What can I start doing in my free time? What small stream can I build that might grow tomorrow? Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Build a river, one stream at a time. That's rule number 4. Rule 5. Invest early and regularly. If you truly want financial freedom, saving money is not enough. Saving is the first step, but the real magic happens when you invest your money. Investing allows your money to grow over time. It is like planting a seed and watching it become a tree. The earlier you plant it, the bigger it will grow. Let's meet Daniel. Daniel was just 21 years old when he started working. His salary was small, but someone gave him one powerful piece of advice. Start investing now, even if it's just a little. Daniel listened. Every month, he invested just $50 in a simple index fund, a type of investment that grows slowly but steadily over time. At first, it didn't seem like much. After a year, he had only a few $100s. But Daniel didn't stop. He kept investing every single month. 10 years later, his small investments had grown into thousands. After 20 years, his investments were worth tens of thousands, even though he never invested more than $50 per month. That's the power of compound interest, earning interest on your interest. Now compare that to Olivia. Olivia earned more than Daniel, but she didn't start investing. She spent most of her money on shopping, parties, and fun. She told herself, "I'll start investing later when I earn more." 10 years passed quickly, and Olivia had nothing saved. When she finally started investing, she had to put in much more than Daniel just to catch up. But she never did. Time had already given Daniel a head start. The truth is simple. Time is more powerful than money. The earlier you start investing, the more your money grows. Even small amounts can become large if given enough time. So what should you invest in? If you are a beginner, start simple. Here are a few options that many people use: index funds or mutual funds. These are low-risk investments that spread your money across many companies. Retirement accounts. Many countries have special accounts for retirement savings. Use them early. Stocks. If you learn and understand them, stocks can offer good long-term returns. Real estate. Buying property can also be a good investment if done wisely. But remember this: never invest in something you don't understand. Take time to learn. Watch videos, read books, ask trusted people. And always avoid get-rich-quick schemes. If something sounds too good to be true, it usually is. Real investing is slow and steady, not fast and risky. Also, investing is not about timing the market. It's not about guessing when to buy and when to sell. It's about consistency. If you invest a small amount every month, you protect yourself from big ups and downs. This is called dollar-cost averaging, a smart and safe way to invest regularly. Let's say you invest $100 every month, no matter what the market is doing. Sometimes prices will be high. Sometimes they will be low. But over time, you will get a good average price, and your investments will grow. Don't say, "I'll invest when I have more money." Start with what you have. Even $10 or $20 a month is better than nothing. The habit is more important than the amount. Once you build the habit, the amount can grow with your income. Also, keep your investments separate from your savings. Your savings are for short-term needs, emergencies, upcoming expenses. Your investments are for long-term growth, retirement, financial freedom, building wealth. And don't panic when the market goes down. It happens. Prices rise and fall. That's normal. The goal is not to get rich quickly, but to grow your money over time. Be patient. Stay calm. Trust the process. To summarize, start investing as early as you can. Invest regularly. Keep it simple. And don't stop. Time is your best friend in this journey. Financial freedom doesn't happen overnight. But with consistent investing, it becomes not just a dream, but a reality. So take the first step today. Open an investment account, learn the basics, and start small. Your future self will thank you again and again. That's rule number 5. Rule 6. Live below your means and avoid lifestyle inflation. One of the biggest secrets to financial freedom is not about how much you earn, but how much you keep. Even if you make a lot of money, it won't matter if you spend all of it. That's why Rule 6 is so important. Live below your means and avoid lifestyle inflation. Let's understand what this means through the story of 2 friends, Mark and Alex. Mark got a job that paid him $3,000 a month. He decided to live simply. He rented a small apartment, used public transport, cooked at home, and didn't buy expensive things unless they were necessary. He saved and invested a portion of his income every month. He was happy with the simple life because he had a bigger goal: freedom. Alex also earned $3,000 a month. But as soon as he got his job, he started spending. He rented a luxury apartment, bought the latest phone, went out to eat every night, and took loans for new clothes and gadgets. Every time he got a salary raise, he increased his spending. When he earned $4,000 a month, he spent $4,500. He always felt broke, even though he earned more than before. This is called lifestyle inflation. It means that as your income grows, your spending also grows. And often, it grows faster than your income. You feel richer, but you're actually poorer. You have more things, but less peace. Living below your means is the opposite. It means spending less than you earn, no matter how much you earn. It means making smart choices with your money instead of emotional ones. Let's break this down. If you earn $2,000 a month and spend $2,000 a month, you are not moving forward. If you earn $3,000 and spend $2,000, you now have $1,000 to save, invest, or use for something meaningful. That gap, the space between what you earn and what you spend, is where freedom lives. Many people fall into the trap of looking rich instead of being rich. They want to impress others with clothes, cars, and lifestyle. But true financial power is often invisible. It's the person who drives a simple car but owns 2 properties. It's the woman who wears regular clothes but has money invested in her future. It's the man who doesn't show off, but sleeps peacefully at night knowing he's debt-free. So how can you live below your means? Track your spending. Know where your money goes each month. You can't control what you don't measure. Separate needs from wants. Food, shelter, transport equals needs. Designer bags, latest phones, eating out every day, wants. Build a budget. Set limits for how much you spend in each area. Stick to it. It gives you freedom, not restriction. Avoid comparison. Don't try to match other people's lifestyles. Everyone's journey is different. Many people who look rich are just deeply in debt. Celebrate small wins. When you save money or avoid a wasteful expense, feel proud. These small wins lead to big success. Living simply does not mean living miserably. It means choosing wisely. It means saying no to some things now so you can say yes to better things later. And here's the best part. When you live below your means, you create financial space. That space gives you the ability to save for emergencies, invest for the future, quit a job you hate, travel without worry, help your family, take care of your health. You're not trapped by bills. You're not scared of losing your income. You are in control. That's what financial freedom feels like. Let's go back to Mark and Alex. After 10 years, Mark had investments, savings, and peace of mind. He was ready to start his own business. Alex, on the other hand, had no savings and a pile of debt. He earned a lot but owned nothing. He was tired, stressed, and stuck. Mark chose simplicity. Alex chose image. One lived below his means, the other didn't. You have the same choice. So today, ask yourself, am I spending money to grow or just to show? If my income stopped tomorrow, how long could I live? Can I reduce one unnecessary expense this month? Living below your means is not just a rule, it's a lifestyle. And it's a lifestyle that leads to lasting peace, power, and purpose. That's rule number 6. Rule 7. Stay educated and keep growing financially. The last rule may be the most powerful of all. It's not about money directly, it's about your mindset. Rule 7 is, stay educated and keep growing financially, because if your mind grows, your money will follow. Think about this. The world is always changing. New technologies, new markets, new opportunities. What worked 10 years ago might not work today. So, to stay ahead, you must keep learning. Learning is not just something we do in school, it's a lifelong habit. And when it comes to money, learning is the path to power. Let's meet Sarah. Sarah grew up in a poor neighborhood. Her parents didn't know much about money. They worked hard, but they struggled financially all their lives. When Sarah got her first job, she could have followed the same path. But she decided to do something different. She started learning about money. She read books about personal finance. She watched videos. She listened to podcasts while walking. Slowly, her mindset changed. She began to understand how money really works. She learned about budgeting, saving, investing, and managing debt. She discovered that you don't need to be born rich. You can learn to become rich. Over time, Sarah started making better choices. She avoided debt, started saving, and began investing early. As her knowledge grew, her confidence grew. She started a small business on the side. Eventually, she earned more from her business than her job, all because she never stopped learning. Now think about people who stay stuck. They say things like, "Money is too hard to understand," or "I'm just not good with money." These are limiting beliefs, thoughts that hold you back. But here's the truth. Anyone can learn. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start small and stay consistent. There are so many ways to learn today. Read simple personal finance books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Psychology of Money, or Your Life. Watch educational YouTube channels and short videos focused on money habits and investing. Take free online courses or workshops. Follow financial educators on social media. Join a local or online community of people who are also learning. The more you learn, the better questions you'll ask. The better questions you ask, the better decisions you'll make. Education doesn't just give you knowledge, it gives you options. Also, learning protects you from making costly mistakes. Many people fall into scams or bad investments because they didn't know better. But if you stay informed, you'll know how to recognize red flags and say no when something feels wrong. Here's another key idea. Don't just learn about money. Learn about yourself. Learn your spending habits. Learn your emotional triggers. Learn what motivates you and what distracts you. Self-awareness is a big part of financial success. If you know your weaknesses, you can fix them. If you know your strengths, you can grow them. It's also important to surround yourself with people who think wisely about money. If all your friends are big spenders, it's easy to follow the same habits. But if you talk with people who save, invest, and grow, you'll start to grow too. Your environment matters. Sarah didn't have rich parents or a business background, but she had the right mindset. She believed she could learn. She stayed curious, and step by step, she changed her life. Financial freedom isn't about luck. It's about learning, applying, and growing. It's about seeing money as a tool, not as something to fear or worship. So ask yourself, what is one thing about money I want to understand better? Can I spend 15 minutes a day learning something new? Who are the people I'm learning from? Commit to being a lifelong student. Your mind is your greatest asset. The more you sharpen it, the more successful you will become, not just with money, but in every part of life. That's rule number 7. Stay educated and keep growing financially. Never stop learning because knowledge is the seed from which all success grows. Final thoughts. You've now learned the 7 rules for financial freedom. Pay yourself first. Get out of debt. Save before you spend. Build multiple streams of income. Invest early and regularly. Live below your means. Keep learning financially. These are not just rules. They are habits. And habits, when followed daily, can transform your life. No matter where you are starting from, low income, high debt, little knowledge, you can change. You have the power. Start small. Stay consistent. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start now. Because freedom is not just a dream, it's a decision. And today, you can decide to begin your journey. This is English Achieve, helping you grow in English and in life.